Good evening, Unique Couples community. We are Vito and Linda Patrick, founders of Unique Couples, co authors of Seven Pillars to Strengthen Your Marriage. Welcome to day 5 of the Seven Pillars to Strengthen Your Marriage Summit, Marriage on a Mission.
Oh, yes. We're all excited. And we're excited because we have the Pratts in the house tonight. And we know we are in for a treat. And guess what? You are in for a treat as well. So go ahead and share. Let someone know we are live and the Pratts are getting ready to spill it all. So
now, I don't know about the spilling it all, but
no, we'll save the spill it all for December 7th when we have our in-person event. So when they want more juicy details, they'll have to come to the December 7th event at Pelican Base, 5 p.m., right? All white couples affair. And then they'll get all the spill then. But tonight, we'll spill some stuff. Share. Let someone know. You never know who you are helping. So we have made the commitment, and we have couples who have made the commitment for us to actually be doing 30 days, 30 couples, 30 ways to make your relationship stronger, healthier, and happier in 30 minutes or less a day. And so the order is tall, but with God's help, we will definitely try to make sure it happens. And so come, join us, and definitely share. We are so excited for the Pratts tonight.
Yes. Welcome again, the Pratts. We're excited to have you here this evening, and we're going to dive right in. So can you go ahead and tell our audience a little about yourselves and how and when did you meet?
Okay. I'm Dwayne Pratt. I work at the container port as a vessel planner.
And I'm Deborah Pratt. I am self-employed as a corporate trainer, a motivational speaker, and the founder of DAPS Corporate Training and Business Services. How and when did we meet?
Oh, that was long time ago.
So we've been married for 33 years.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We've been together for 35 years.
Yeah,
about 35 years.
Okay.
I was a young, innocent girl working at a local bank, and he was a customer. And that's how we met. It was nothing to do with the amount of money he had on his account or anything like that. So I wasn't going sneaking in, looking at people's accounts or anything like that. But we met at a local bank where I worked, and you can share.
Oh, yeah. And I had my best friend wife used to work with her too. So I came to her and I said, I want to go on a date with her. And it happened.
So he went to his best friend's wife and told his best friend's wife that he wanted to date me. Okay, after coming in the bank over and over, he asked his best friend's wife to let me know that he was interested in dating me.
Awesome.
Well, anyway, for it to happen, it just needed to happen, right?
Yes.
Wow.
And the rest was history.
The rest was history. I must admit, I had a little crush on him. It was so funny, Linda and Vito. It was so funny that I was able to. I may have been looking down, doing a transaction for a customer or something, and I always sensed his presence in the bank. Like wherever he was on the line, he would be standing on the line and looking at me, and I felt that. It was just so weird. I sensed his presence. Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
So how many years again? 33
years. Married, 35 together.
Oh man, I know some of our viewers are not even that age yet. So we're saying, listen, stick around to get these pearls, these nuggets of wisdom from the Pratts, because guess what? We all have our own story, and the wonderful thing about it is we can learn from the story of others. So we can grab what they have that is useful for us, and some of the mistakes that they have made or anyone has made, we don't have to make those same mistakes.
Yeah. Can you tell us an obstacle or challenge you face in dating or in marriage, and how did you overcome it?
Well, we faced many obstacles in marriage, but one in particular that stands out would be finances, financial problems. I mentioned banking, and especially after I decided that I wanted to step out and do something on my own with Dwayne's permission, after we talked about it for some time. After stepping out to venture into business on my own, after a few years, that's when we had a lot of financial problems. So those were I would say, was definitely a big obstacle then. And I read somewhere, and I've heard it many times, where a lot of people say that when you talk about finances, a lot of times that breaks up relationships. It breaks up marriages. So I am grateful that we were able to just stick together and continue to work it through, because it was indeed a trying time. It was indeed our greatest obstacle, but we were able to overcome it just by continuing to just work hard and just striving and remembering our vows. I always say, go back to everything goes back to your vows. Then you will stick with it and be committed. If you are serious about your partner, you really love that person, no matter what obstacle comes your way, you will continue to work on it.
And it was hard because we had three young daughters we were dealing with at the same time.
Yes.
Okay. But you guys, you all worked together and you were able to overcome it.
Yes.
And of course, you also had God in it as well.
Well, definitely. It took a lot of prayers and all of that as well. Definitely.
Awesome,
right.
awesome. Okay, I see Minister Stephanie is saying hello, my friends. So she's yes, and we are looking forward to hearing your conversation. So the Boros will be on sometime later in the month. So y'all want to stay tuned in to hear that as well.
Definitely. You can learn a lot more from them.
Yes, definitely. So the finances, like you said, a lot of people have issues with that, and it tends to, people allow that to tear apart their relationship.
Yes.
So having financial problems in your relationship doesn't have to be the end of your relationship.
Correct.
No, okay. So at the lowest point of your financial, let's call it crisis or whatever, was there ever a time when you're like, maybe I should have done this better or that better, or maybe I don't know, this relationship, did any of those types of questions or doubts enter your minds, or did you ever say them out loud and then had to kind of catch yourself?
Yes, definitely. Yes. I was saying, because we had so many things going on at one time. We had like mortgages going on. I say, why you want to quit and why you want to stop now? But we press forward and get through.
And definitely for me, yes. And when you talk about asking yourself those questions and questioning this and questioning that, all of that was a challenge that I had to deal with, in terms of, I just felt like the guilty one, because I was the one, even though Dwayne gave me the okay, I was the one who left my, let's say, a sure pay, who left my job where there was a sure pay, and wanted to venture out. Even though I did it with Dwayne's approval, I just felt guilty. I felt like I was the one causing all of these problems within the marriage. And I started asking myself questions whether or not it was the right thing to do. And I'm sure, even though Dwayne did not say it, or there may have been once or twice, like if he got mad, he would say something like, you shouldn't have left your job, even though this was something that we discussed. So we had to try and work our way through all of that. We had to try and go through all of that in prayer, talking to God and wondering about this decision that was made and working through it. And we managed to do so.
Wow. Awesome. I love it, because, when we find ourselves and couples find themselves in that situation, they might have, said things that probably shouldn't have been said. And we speak in the heat of the moment, and we're facing these challenges, these crises. And then because it has happened and we're in the depth of it, sometimes we feel as if, oh, this is it. This is the end of our relationship because I made a mistake. We're financially troubled. All of these things. I said it. I said something something terrible to my spouse. So, okay, that's the end of our relationship. But it's good to know, listen, you could make mistakes. Things might have been said or done, but that does not mean that your relationship has to come to an end. Now,
Right.
yes, you need to learn how to speak to each other properly and learn the proper strategies and stuff. But it's good to know. And we want to tell you, everyone, and then remind ourselves too, that life could still continue in the
Yes, and definitely. And I think we are definitely living proof of that.
I'm happy that we stick with it.
Yes. And so it's like you go through the struggles, you go through the trials, and then when you're on this mountain, we're at a summit. So you're on this mountain top now because you overcame all of the struggles, the climb. And so you could look back now and smile and be like, yes, we did it. But we don't want people to reach the summit and be at the top and then stay there and just, it's us too. And, we're sitting down enjoying it. We want people to be able to share and say, hey, we went through this. And if you're going through this, you can overcome it too. And so that's why we're happy that you're here sharing, and for all of the guests and the persons who will be joining us on the summit to know that, hey, yes, everything might not be perfect, but we've overcome some things and you could overcome it as well.
Right. And I just wanted to add to that. It isn't that it's perfect now. It isn't that it's perfect. It's far from where it was when we talk about those years of those real struggles. It's definitely not there. So we are grateful for where we are, but don't think that we are millionaires yet. I just wanted to get that across. You said I'm on those struggles here and there.
It's the journey. Man, oh man. Listen, I was just hoping that anyway.
Yeah.
It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah,
So for those that have just tuned in, we are on day 5 of 7 Pillars to Strengthen Your Marriage Summit. And we have special guests with us, Dwayne and Deborah Pratt. And the Pratts, they are also contributors to the book.
Yes.
So once you get your book, 7 Pillars to Strengthen Your Marriage, you can find them in the chapters towards the end of the book. And I'm not going to tell you where because you have to get your book.
I'll let you know. Message me. I'll let you know.
But they did a contribution in the book. So the Pratts, can you tell us about your contribution in the book, 7 Pillars to Strengthen Your Marriage? And also tell us what is your favorite part of the book.
Okay, so our contribution was, there's a chapter called Do's and Don'ts in Marriages. And this was something that we sat down and we came up with these do's and don'ts together. And at this time, from what I see here in the book, we would have done this 2 years ago. So we were in it for 31 years at that time. It's now 33 years. But these were things that we came up with then and things that still stand today. And what I liked about it in reading this chapter, I like the fact that there were so many similarities. Right. There were so many similarities with so many other married couples having the same points as it relates to do's and don'ts in marriages. So I don't know if you want us to share a few of them, or
you could share about 2, because they'll get the book and read the rest.
So when it comes down to a do, the first thing that we have here is remember your vows. Remember your vows. Yeah, and I think that is the core of it all. When it comes down to any marriage, if you would face troubles, you will have a lot of problems within your marriage. But if you remember those vows, if you remember what you stood before, in our case, 300 plus witnesses, if you remember what you stood before those witnesses and said, those witnesses and God, if you remember those vows, that should make you want to fight harder for your marriage and to overcome whatever that problem is that you are experiencing at that time. So that's one of what we said as a do. You want to share what?
Yeah. Keep on saying I love you frequently. Keep on, just go to her, kiss and say I love you. It doesn't have to be any special time. Just come and say I love you.
And then why that one is so important as well is because I find that sometimes in marriages, you tend to take people for granted, your spouse for granted, or he knows I love him. I don't have to say I love him all the time. He should know that I done been here 33 years. I must be love you, right? Or,
That's it.
or he may say, he don't have to say I love you all the time. We tend to take each other for granted sometimes. We feel as though our spouse should know that without them saying it, and we feel like it goes without saying. But we both thought that was definitely a do, something that we should all do. Continue regularly saying I love you, or showing it too. Yes.
And that is definitely important.
My text will say I love you sometime when I'm working and I'm not home. I send a little text, I love you.
Yes, and those things go a long way.
Yes. And it's good to know that, 33 years later, it's still a part of what you do. Don't take it for granted. It doesn't have to be, oh yes, when you're in the honeymoon stage and, less than 7 years. No, all the way up into the 30 years and the 50 years marriage, and you're still intentionally loving each other, and it makes a difference.
Yes.
And so if you your favorite part, did we talk?
Yeah, two don'ts.
Okay.
So two don'ts. What you think? One of the don'ts here is that we have is don't belittle your spouse. No matter what, don't talk down to your spouse. Don't make your spouse feel less than. And a lot of times in the heat of anger, when we're angry, sometimes we may say things that we regret saying. Okay, so we want to, again, be intentional about not doing that, not saying such belittling things or not belittling our spouse in any way. So that was one don't.
And the next one is don't argue in public.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I would prefer to say don't argue at all, but then but we know things happen. We know, like Dwayne said, it's life. So yes, we will have our arguments, but it says here, try not to argue in public. In public.
Yes. And I think that is a big one. A lot of people are having issues with that. You will hear that. And then, it even happens around our children as well. And that is something that definitely doesn't need to occur, because it's going to affect them and, of course, their view of relationship. We're not talking about having, healthy arguments and stuff, but when it comes down to all of that belittling, and then you're just hitting below the belt and actually get the argument becoming physical as well, and the name calling and all of that, in public and private, around the children, whatever, it should not be a part of your marriage. And some people are doing it, and they're trying to figure out, what's happening and why, and their relationship, and where all this negativity is coming from. It's some of the things that we're doing in our relationship that we need to put a stop to. So that needs to be one of them. We need to.
And I like what you said too, Linda, because we have from the points that we had in the book, we have don't argue in public. But I love how you added on to that, don't argue in front of your children either. That is very important. That is a very good point, and it's something that we should try not to do as well.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah. So they could see us having differences of opinion, but that. It impacts them, and you can see that through the days, and even the persons who work with children would know. And sometimes these children come with so much baggage, so much on them, and they just think it's normal and natural to, oh yes, okay, they were fighting, oh yeah, this one did that, and but it weighs down on them. And then now we're raising a generation of children who are going to think that that's how marriage should be, who are aggressive, and they're always fighting and complaining and just finding all the negative to say, and they act that out with their peers, and of course in their relationships as well. So we need to be intentional about loving, and then showing our children and the people around us how it's supposed to be done correctly.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. You can let us know your favorite part of the book.
So in reading what we've read thus far, we agree on his needs, her needs. That's chapter 2.
Oh,
his
okay.
needs and her needs. And personally, I found it to be very enlightening because often in relationships, we don't think about these things. The chapter that talks about his need and her needs, pillar number 2 in terms of purpose, it has some questions that we should ask ourselves to discover exactly who each of us are as individuals. And once we discover who we are as individuals, and then it talks about the needs of men and the needs of women. And a lot of times we don't think about all of these things even prior to getting into a relationship. So I thought this chapter, both of us thought this chapter was really a very good one in terms of getting to know each other even better. So getting to discover exactly who we are as individuals and knowing the needs of each other so that we can know how to better meet those needs and make the marriage even better for another 30 plus years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this, I think, will definitely, if I can give a plug for your book, for especially for this can be used as marriage for counseling. People who are thinking about getting married should actually read this book because there's so much that they can learn even before.
Oh, yes, I love that. The before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so definitely. Yeah, so you heard it from the Pratts. Definitely. Listen, I was like, oh my gosh, all of that nuggets was in there. I like that. His needs, her needs. I forgot about that list and all the questions and the needs listed for men and wives and husbands and getting to know you. And I think we started it too with being intentional about knowing who you are as an individual, your needs, your values, your beliefs. And once you start with a strong you, so those of you who are not married, once you start with a strong, healthy you, when you go into these relationships, so it doesn't matter if you've been in relationships before, if you're married, you're single, you're divorced, the whole thing about relationships is you are going to enter it. So whatever baggage you had in the past or didn't have, you will be taking that into the relationship. So you have to start with a healthy you. And so in the book, you get that. And we start off with that. And I even share, parts of my story where, hey, I didn't start off in a healthy place and how that could have led to a whole lot more happening, which would have been affecting our relationship negatively. But if we start with a healthy you, then our marriage could definitely bloom and blossom to where it needs to be.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So, Unique Couples Community, you heard it from the Pratts. So you want to make sure you get your copy of 7 Pillars to Strengthen Your Marriage. You can find it on Amazon. You can also find it here in Grand Bahama at Variety Vault downtown in the Independence Square. And you can also find it at Bellevue Gift. So go ahead and get your copy of Variety Vault. And if you get your copy of 7 Pillars to Strengthen Your Marriage, and if you have your copy already, you want to gift a copy to a couple. The holidays are coming up, and like Deborah said, even persons who are dating, they should have a copy of this book. So you want to make sure you get a copy of the book. And we have now reached that part of this segment where we are going to get our tip or our recommendation from the Pratts. And every day we've been getting tips and recommendations from our guest who is on. So the Pratts, can you tell our viewing audience what is your number 1 tip or recommendation to making relationships stronger, healthier, and happier?
Drum roll, we're gonna hear this.
My one is not to go to bed angry. Try to solve it before. If you can't solve it before you go to bed, get up in the morning and try to solve it. Never go to bed angry at each other.
Repeat the question again for me, please. Repeat the question again.
What is your number 1 tip or recommendation to making relationships stronger, healthier, and happier?
So definitely like you said, you try not to be angry or not to take that anger, go to bed with that anger. But also, too, in terms of making it strong and healthy, especially after so many years. Like I said, we've been married for 33 years, as we said. And sometimes after being married for so long, people give up on that dating part of the dating stage. So also we would say definitely just keep dating, even if you only date once a month, however often. You're not going to date like you were dating before you got married, but just keep dating each other. You can continue dating each other. And in dating, it doesn't have to be where you're spending money or anything like that. You can just, you two together, just watching a movie or something like that at home. And to be honest with you, as we were talking about this today, as we were talking, I said to my husband, it's so much easier for us now, I think. So I would definitely say for younger couples with young children, it may be a little harder. But for us, we've been married 33 years. Our children are grown now. I mean, we are grateful that we have a grandchild now that God has allowed us to see our first grand. But for the most part, it's just us. We don't have to worry about children. We can get up and go when we wish. We can get up and go when we wish. So that is the good part about it. So continue to date, continue to show love and affection to one another, continue to be there and support one another. I would say that Dwayne is definitely my biggest supporter. He believes in me more than I believe in myself. He thinks I can do anything. He's always there supporting and coaching me along. And, I do the same for him. If it's something that he is trying to do, I support him as well. But he is definitely my number one supporter. So continue to be there for one another. Don't take the years for granted. Well, we've known each other all these years. Just still continue dating, continue saying I love you and all of that good stuff. I'm not going to bed angry like Dwayne said.
Awesome. Love it. Yes. We're always encouraging the dating, for couples to date and all that stuff. So definitely plug in for the date nights. And we have a grand all-white affair. We want you couples to come and join us December 7th, 2025. All roads lead to Pelican Bay at 5 p.m. That's a Sunday afternoon. Sunday. So you want to be there for our all-white couples affair. So if you're newlywed, if you've been in it for 33 years or you've been in it for 50, it doesn't matter. Like the Pratt said, you still have to continue dating. You still have to be doing those things. So we're saying be intentional about your relationship. So you want to find out. Yeah, so if you want to find out more about the couples date night, you can go ahead and check us out on Unique Couples. You can message us, inbox us, and go ahead and click the link and register to be a part of that experience. And right now we have early bird going on, so go ahead and grab those early bird spots for that event, okay? So dating is definitely important. So we said 30 days. 30 ways to make your relationship all that, right? Healthier and stronger, healthier and happier. And we said in less than 30 minutes a day. Are we like on the mark? Are we good there? Because I was talking a lot.
Yeah. So so we are getting there, and we are about to conclude this program. But just before we conclude, can the Pratts let us know how our viewing audience can connect with you, and what are you doing now or have planned?
Well, in terms of connecting with us, we're not marriage counselors. We're not marriage counselors. Even though personally I am very passionate about marriage, and I don't mind, and we don't mind sitting down and talking with any couple as it relates to marriage, and even sharing more in depth about what we've experienced and how we can help others. And I would share, well, personally on, as you asked, in terms of what I do in reference to training or anything like that, I can share my contacts. That's training as it relates to corporately. But again, like I said, if anyone wants to talk with us as it relates to marriage, we don't have a problem doing that. We're also the marriage ministry leaders at our church, New Horizon Worship Center. And that's New Horizon Worship Center Church, where Pastor Karen Roach is our senior pastor. So we're the marriage ministry leaders there as well. But in terms of social media, I would be the one who is more on social media. And you can find me on LinkedIn as Deborah Pratt. You can also find me on Instagram at DapsBizServe. That's DAPSBUSSERV. And I'm also on Facebook. My name, Deborah Pratt, or Daps BizServe at Daps Business Services on Facebook as well.
Awesome.
Software training and business services.
Okay, so if you need your training, go ahead and reach out. Deborah is always doing stuff. And of course, you forgot, did you mention motivational speaker as well?
Motivational speaking as well.
Yes.
And I've been hosting as a life coach. I'm very passionate about empowering women. And next year, January, I'm getting ready to host my 7th annual Women's Empowerment event. So you can look out for that as well. The 7th annual Women's Empowerment event. That's at the end of January next year, 2026.
Awesome. Definitely. Listen, go ahead. Deborah's link is in there to Facebook, and check her out on LinkedIn at Deborah Pratt, or is it? Yeah,
Deborah Pratt.
Yes, go and check her out there as well. Thank you guys so much for sharing. We also had a wonderful time at New Horizon, being there. Yes, with the couples there. So, hey, if you're looking out for a place to go ahead and worship and connect, and check out Pastor
Carol Roach.
Yes, Carol Roach and the ministry and support that they're doing. And, I'm trying to catch those services online as well. So I'll always be there peeping in. Yes. So they have a very active online presence as well. So go ahead and connect. Yes.
So we want to thank the Pratts for taking time out of their schedule, being with us today on our day 5 of 7 Pillars to Strengthen Your Marriage Summit to our unique couples community. Thank you also for tuning in, and we will see you all tomorrow. Woo! Same time, same place, 6 p.m. for day number 6 of 7 Pillars to Strengthen Your Marriage Summit, Marriage on a Mission.
Yes.
Here at Unique Couples.
Yes, definitely. Oh, geez, we're actually ending. You see, you try to end, yes. But listen, keep it to yourself. Do not keep it to yourself. Share to help, because you never know who needs it and when they need it. So go ahead and share.
Yes, here at Unique Couples, we are building stronger couples, healthier marriages, and happier families. Love you guys.
Bye.
Have a great evening.